Indrid here, 3v3 Faction War, August Desert Gate, and Tyranids versus Imperial Guard. Blue team, we have some idiot called Indrid playing a Ravener Alpha. Great mobility with these tunnels, there we go. Fights ranged and has some good offense. Rise alongside is a Lictor Alpha, melee specialist that can infiltrate, pick off high value targets with flesh hooks and disrupt. And rounding out blue team, Waylander is a Hive Tyrant, very durable commander, walks through cover, cannot be suppressed, fights melee, good offense and support, emits a basic synapse, the only Tyranid commander to do so. Red team is kicked off by Sneakus Peekus as a Commissar Lord, good offense and support, fights melee. Wildbold alongside is an Inquisitor, fights melee to start off, can get ranged weapons, lots and lots of stuns and snares and crowd control in general. And Sam rounds out red team as a Lord General, defensive and supportive commander, fights ranged, has a retinue to help him out in combat. East side contested VP. Imperial Guard abandon the capping attempt. Natural for blue in the north, natural for red in the south. Classic Argus Desert Gate. Hormagaunts wiped already for Rise. Whoops indeed. Forgot about them. Sentinel here for Sneakus Peekus already has ground pound, and all three Imperial Guard players going for double guardsman and a sentinel. So Sam in a different order, and it's really kicking off on the east side. We'll be interested to see what the Inquisitor goes for. Will we see the crossbow bolt pistol or the Holy Brazier? Lictor Alpha going into combat, but here is a Hammer of the Witches, and this Lictor Alpha needs to be careful. Blocked by the Sentinel and down it goes. Bad start for Rise, losing Hormagaunts and Lictor Alpha in first engagement. Inquisitor leveling up already to level 2, unbelievable. Gets crippled. Already have toxin sacks on Rise's Termagants. I much rather to get warriors out before I start upgrading my Gants and Gaunts, because I want that basic synapse. Sam has pushed me off incidentally. Sentinel decaps that wreck point even, and he's trying to cap that power. Buildable cover going up from these guardsmen, and a last turret as well. They are going to dig in on the east side. If these sentinels can level up and get their missile launchers, that's going to be nasty. Double frag missiles going in. Pushing back the west side is my Ravener Alpha. Here he comes. Sam's Sentinel coming in from the flank now. And he's trying to stomp me. I split my forces and dodge it. Warriors now in amongst these guardsmen. I do want to get a Barb Strangler for these guys, but I don't have the power quite yet, so I'll use them in melee. Disrupting the crap out of these guardsmen. And they retreat. 480, 495 is a 2-to-1 cap for the Imperial Guard. And I can now mop up this west side. Lictor Alpha is still down. Look at all this buildable cover now. Sentinel seeing off Waylander's Tyranids. Here comes Rise. Gonna try and flank that turret, is he? No. Barb Strangler going in. Only suppressed one squad though. Here comes the Hive Tyrant. Are we gonna see Rendon Talons? No sign of them yet. That's better. Suppressed both of those squads. Commissar Lord in amongst, trying to take down a warrior member. There is the cripple. No sign of a cripple yet. Taking a lot of damage, down to half hit points. Up goes his shield and down it goes immediately. That was very, very risky, but looks like Sneakus Peekus has got away with it, and the Commissar Lord lives. All of this stuff now suppressed by that Barb Strangler. Wow, it's suppressing like 4 squads there. Oh, it's another one here, that's why this is Rise. And the guardsmen getting pincered from both sides are forced to retreat. Waylander gets his Hormagaunt stomped. And they retreat safely. Good offensive by the Tyranids. Didn't think they'd be able to push off the Imperial Guard there. Commissar Lord got a bit isolated and couldn't be supported as well as he would have liked because of this Barb Strangler suppressing all of those guardsmen. Meanwhile, west side, I have put down a Hive node. That's the buildable structure for the Ravener Alpha. You don't see it very often, but it's actually a great little thing. gives you a damage resistance, also damages any enemy units that get close. When you activate it, that is, it's not a passive thing. Hive Tyrant stomped and stunned, and the Sentinel gets away, very nearly level 2 for Sneakus Peekus, and spotters coming for Wildbold and Sneakus Peekus. This should be cool. Call in an off-map mortar shell. 404-495 looks like Wildbold is coming west to reinforce Sam. Sam has some catechins on the way. All 3 players going for spotters, in fact. And there is the first shell, and there's 2 of the shells, in fact. Ouch, disrupting the crap out of my stuff. Need to retreat my warriors. I did take down a node, but it's now being repurchased. Look at the east side now as well. That was pheromones, I think, by Rise. It is. Gives you damage resistance and allows you to reinforce a really great accessory for him, especially if you're in a team with other Tyranids. 404-471. It's a double cap for the Tyranids now. And we're hitting power here. Somehow I was able to hold off Wildbold and Sam, or they looks like they've just come center, in fact. Hitting generators again. Formagants to the bottom one, so they can't be shot at by this stuff so easily. And I take it down, yes. And there's another mortar shell on my face. And now I get the hint and back the hell off to my Hive node. Catechins on the field for Sam with their power weapons will be very dangerous if they get into melee with my warriors. My warriors back at base. I will use the tunnel to get them back in the fight quickly though. And Tyranid is pushing the east side. Lictor Alpha in retreat. Guardsman looks like they're pushing mid. No sign of a move for a natural VP though. 404-424. It's a 2-to-1 cap for the Tyranids. Looking quite strong on the east side. Have double Barb Strangler warriors. And there's the smoke shell. Reducing visibility to 0. Great counter for a ranged blob, unless they move out of it, of course. Tyranids pushing against Guardsman. Double repairing that Sentinel. And more mortar shells going in. Disrupting the hell out of these Tyranids. Ouch. Double Barb Stranglers though. Look at the damage to these Guardsmen. Wiping models left and right, and then you have to retreat. Another shell. There's a smoke one. Does not share the cooldown with the main shell. 404-396. Meanwhile, west side. Very, very difficult for Sam to push against me with this Hive node protecting me. Especially in such a narrow lane on this west side of Argus Desert Gate. Lord General now forced to retreat. Can I get a model? He has the Sergeant Retinue member, which can distribute medipacks. 404-382. Lots of losses for red team, but they have preserved all of their squads. Rise is tier 2 and is getting some gene stealers. Waylander has a zone thrope on the field already, and these guys really hurt Imperial Guard. Shield is up. I abandon my power harass, but I have capped everything else on the west side. I send my termagants back to base to reinforce using the tunnels. No point retreating when you can just use the tunnel. I really should have supported the center and the east side more with tunnels. I didn't build any tunnels over there. I was so afraid of losing this power. Hive Tyrant now stunned. 404-322 is a double cap for Tyranids. Whoa, just saw bioplasma from the Hive Tyrant. Knocking back and damaging these spotters, but Hive Tyrant is forced off, and here come Tyranids again to push. Gene Stealers menacingly infiltrated. Powerful tier 2 melee unit, especially when they have melee synapse, which they do have when these guys get into range, that is. Here we see the Hive node protecting my Tyranids. Catechins trying to force melee on the warriors, but I back them off, cripple and suppress them. Sniper rifle on the Lord General. Fire on my target. So powerful when you pair it with Stormtroopers. Catechins forced to retreat. Guardsmen shooting from all the way back here. because of that sniper rifle. Trying to put up a turret. Boom. Barb Strangler so powerful versus Imperial Guard. 384, 311. Spotters getting their shells in, and another spotter shell here. Incendiary shells will really help if any of them have it. I don't think they do, no. There's a tier 2 upgrade absolutely kicking off on this east side. Sentinel in huge amounts of trouble, it's got to move. Gonna go down, and does go down. That was Sneakus Peekus. He has double stormtroopers. We might see double assault kits. Overcharged hotshot las guns really hurt. But Imperial Guard do hold this east side, and we have Inferno Pistol for Inquisitor, no doubt with a nod towards tier 3 monstrous creatures. And Judgment, of course, would be very nice if you can get it off. Very rarely you see that ability actually fire though. Warriors now retreating. These are Waylanders still with their Barb Strangler. Rise has Termagants, Warriors and Gene Stealers and goes tier 3, and I also completely skipped tier 2 and went tier 3, which is a big risk. But I'm now in tier 3 with tons and tons of resources, and I'm just saving for a Swarm Lord. 342, 311. Imperial Guard have the east side. They have a 2-to-1. Stormtroopers now on the way for Wildbold. But we do again defend our power. Very little power harass in this game. Kicking off on the west side. Another push by Sam. And that was painful. Bombergot's taking tons of losses. Termagants and Warriors there trying to lure Sam back to my Hive node. Unable to activate it right now though. 310T, 311. There is the activation, but there is a shell on my face. Imperial Guard dominating the east side. Lictor Alpha repurchased. Zone Throat is going to be important. There's another shell. Such great disruption from those things, and we do have double assault kit stormtroopers, and that is some painful damage to those Venom Brood. Very nearly lost the model. That was an flare, not a manticore. Sam now has Ogrins. Ouch. That was very painful for this double Termagants of Waylander. And look at these Imperial Guard dug in with these stormtroopers. Adrenal Gland Warriors getting very close, not sure what they're trying to do. Gonna lose his entire squad. Rise. Now retreating, but look at those hotshot las guns. Ouch, taking it down in retreat. Excellent engagement for the Imperial Guard. Rise now with just Termagants and Gene Stealers. And Sam is pushing me back with these Ogrins on this west side. Using the tunnel to get back into play, and he's now taken down my Hive node. Barb Strangler goes in. There's a shell. It's a smoke though, so I just move out of it, not too bothered. My Raven Alpha has the damage synapse. 268, 311. Sentinel is snared. Down goes the Lictor Alpha again. Is that the 4th time he's gone down? Sentinel does go down, so no more Sentinels on the field. These Stormtroopers though, so dangerous. I think they're able to outrange a Zone Thrope even without the Sniper Rifle support. 256, 311. Rise now only has Gene Stealers. Zoanthrope on the way for me, and I have my Swarm Lord on the field. Scaring the hell out of these Ogrins. And spotters here stay around way too long, and they do bleed Imperial Guard pretty nastily. Catachrons as well, using this Swarm Lord now to completely push back Sam. And I have Acid Splatter on my Raven Alpha. AoE damage. Melee weapon. Very nice versus Imperial Guard and light infantry in general. Hive Tyrant retreating and leveling to 2. Fully kitted out. Crushing Claw and Bonded Exoskeleton. And look at this firefight again. These Stormtroopers really putting the hurt on. Double artillery shells going in as well, and those were incendiary, or at least one of them was. 222, 311, a 2-to-1 cap for Imperial Guard, looking very strong on this east side. More Ogrins for Sam. Carnifex on the way for Rise. Venom Brood for Waylander, but there are no vehicles on the field, so right now all it can do is give a ranged synapse. It doesn't even have the ranged synapse, so it's not really doing much right now. 208, 311, 2-1 cap for the Imperial Guard. Zoanthrope getting shots off, and there's an artillery shell right onto the Zoanthrope. A smoke and some more shells going off. Serious disruption from those guys. And another flesh hooked Commissar Lord. He has a power fist of some kind. Is it Fist of Brockus? It is the Fist of Brockus. Also has Emperor's Wrath, which is devastating, and the flak jacket. Gene Stealers on him though. Still level 1, using their frenzy ability, whatever it's called, to regain health, but taking tons of damage. But they do get away. Here come the Stormtroopers. Look at this. And this is my Tyranid formation. Does it hit anything? I didn't even see if it did. It hits a few things. Yes, nicely done. And forcing off the Imperial Guard. Hit some allied warriors there though. Another artillery shell. The spotters have done really fantastic disruption in this game so far. I have now come mid because our VPs are lacking. Sam just really struggling to deal with my Swarm Lord. He does have double Ogrins though. That was Purgatus from the Inquisitor. Usually see an Inquisitor get this. I'm not sure why you rarely see Excruciators. She also has a Servo Skull. Excruciators are such a great armor for the Inquisitor, giving her Assail. Assail is awesome versus melee. Really help against these Gene Stealers and pretty much any squad, immobilizing it and damaging it over time. 178, 292, and that is a Creeping Barrage, yes, from the Lord General, one of his globals. But look at this, Tyranids now have a triple, 178, 279. Look at the amount of resources Wildbold has, obviously saving for a Baneblade. Sneakus Peekus also not far off. Ouch, that really hurt my Termagants. Swarmlord now getting angry. Sneakus Peekus sending in his Commissar Lord. And there is Judgment on my Swarmlord as well. But here is Leech Essence. Look how far it leeches as well. 178, 235. Commissar Lord chasing my warriors down. My Raven Alpha in melee, but gets taken down by those grenades. Assault Kit Stormtroopers also get fragmentation grenades now. 2-1 cap for the Tyranids. Here comes Waylander to help out with some double Barb Stranglers. Ouch. Artillery spotters drop a shell and get away without a loss. Commissar Lord being very brave or foolish and wants to fight my Swarm Lord 1-1 and goes down for it. Rise's Gene Stealers now have Rending Claws. 178, 208. Carnifex on the field for Rise. This is a Thornback. Judgment is on it. And what is this? It's a rocket run. Ouch. Almost wiping both of those Warrior Brewers, but they do get away. Who was that? I think that was Wildbold. 178, 195. Look at the map control for the Tyranids now. Imperial Guard looks so strong there for a second. Tyranids hitting tier 3, getting these monstrous creatures now looking very powerful. I also have a Carnifex and I'm getting the Venom Cannon because I'm expecting a Baneblade anytime soon. And Sneakus Peekus is building one. Rise charging in with his level 2 Thornback already. Here come double Ogrins though, and these guys really put out some nice heavy melee damage. 2 Spires going up. I think that was me and Rise. Instantly crushed though. 2-1 cap. Tyranids evening up the VPs, and here comes my army from the flank. Wanted to cap up the west side and now can help out. Ogren's in trouble. These guys get away with a single model, but here comes the Baneblade. Now automatically fires that main gun of his. Doesn't do quite as much damage as it did. I think it's down to 150 from 350. Still has the Demolisher though, and las cannons and heavy bolters and such, and east side has turned red. 174, 166 is a 2-to-1 cap for the Imperial Guard now, very, very close. Level 3 Hive Tyrant, level 2 Lictor Alpha, my Ravenous level 5, but he's down. Inquisitor levels to 5. Sneakus Peekus is Commissar Lord level 4 with his very, very dangerous Emperor's Wrath, and Lord General level 4 with the sniper rifle. And Sergeant Retinue member should get the Vox Operator, I think, to support those double Ogrins. And we have 2 Bane Blades. Wildbold also has one. East side turning blue again. And it's a 2-to-1 cap for the Tyranids. Again, I didn't support the east side at all with a tunnel. What is wrong with me? 163, 160. The Swarmlord's speed buff synapse even affects Carnifexes, which is awesome. And these little puny guardsmen don't want to mess with my Swarmlord. Cannot level, of course, being a super unit. Imperial Guard swarming the center of the map, but not pushing our natural at all. Look at this. Could have declapped our natural there. 163, 146. Hive Tyrant running away from the big scary Baneblade. 3,500 vehicle armor hit points. I have stuff coming in to my rear, Ogrins, Baneblade, and a whole bunch of infantry, including 2 commanders. Is this a Manticore strike? It is. Ouch. Very, very static there, and lose a Termagant Brood for it. Now going after the Baneblade with my Swarmlord, hoping that I'm going to get some support, and here comes Waylander to do so. That was Bioplasma from the Venom Cannon Carnifex. Never seems to do a whole lot of damage, but it's comes with the Venom Cannon, so you might as well use it. Don't want to lose my Carnifex, so I'm backing him off, but now I turn and engage the Baneblade, which is getting rear armor hits now and is in a huge amount of trouble. This is Wildbolds, absolutely swarmed by Tyranids. Here comes a Thornback Carnifex just to make sure, and down goes the Baneblade. Sneakus Peekus still has his on the east side, which is red, and they are pushing the east side completely. Look at this, taking our power and everything. 141, 137. Manticore strike, ouch, devastating. Wow, very, very good choice from Sam. And it must have leveled already. Very nearly level 2. Venom Brood on the field, and they now have range synapse from Waylander. Still has both of his Warrior Brood as well, and a Swarmlord of his own. I have double Carnifexes, having skipped tier 2, able to get some nasty tier 3 stuff out. 120, 137. East side is completely red now. Baneblade now backing off. Here come. This is going to be nasty. Melee Synapse, Gene Stealers with Rending Claws. Lots and lots of melee heavy hits going in. And a Venom Brood here. Rocket Run, wonderfully done by whoever that is. I think that is Sneakus Peekus. Look at the damage. Almost wiping Rise's complete army. Wipe the Gene Stealers for sure. Amazingly done, and this Baneblade might survive here. Double Ogrins coming in. This is a Thornback Carnifex, needs to be careful. Manticore strike as well. Absolute carnage at the end of the game. Carnifex chasing all the way into base. Baneblade is being triple or even quadruple repaired here. And Carnifex charges out, or at least tries to. It's going to go down though, chased by Ogrins. And yes, a couple more hits, down it goes. Rise with 2 units left. Warrior Brood level 2 and a level 3 Thornback Carnifex. And Wildbold has another Baneblade on the field. Waylander has spawned some Rippers. And I think Tyranids are going to get a triple. Waylander is capping their natural. Can he complete the cap before that Demolisher Cannon hits? And they survive it. Just about survive it enough to cap. I'm asking for power because I don't have enough power to give my second Carnifex an upgrade. 113, 105. It's a triple cap for the Tyranids though. Imperial Guard pushing east. We still haven't capped back this power here. That is a Tyranid formation from, I think, Waylander, yes, and I dropped one also. There's my one, and we're using it to take down this Baneblade here. My Carnifex is fighting melee for some reason with a Barbed Strangler. I think he was already in melee before he got the upgrade. My Venom cannon gets shots in, and a Swarmlord there, and Waylanders, and Wildbold again loses a Baneblade very quickly. 11370. Ogryn's running hell away. That was Storm of Blades there, which helped me wipe one of those Ogryns. Waylander now getting a Carnifex of his own. Sneakus still has his Baneblade, using 3 Baneblades, 5 Carnifexes I think. Capillary Towers are still here from a Toronto formation. Tyranids taking red's natural, east side all red, but the centre and the west all blue. I even have some Termagants here still in this power. Zoanthrope now on the way for me. Want some fire support from long range. Have enough big scary melee things I think. Wildbold going for a Manticore. Should have gone for that I think instead of the second Baneblade. Could have got 2 Manticores out to defend this natural VP with. That Carnifex Barbed Strangler does ridiculous amounts of damage. Melter Gun Stormtroopers for Sam. He has another Stormtrooper squad, but they don't have an upgrade, and there is an infestation just to disrupt things. 2-to-1 cap for the Tyranids. Can they pull this off? I now have the Corrosive Devourer for my Raven Alpha, level 6. Here comes the Baneblade for Sneakus, trying to make one last push to cap their natural back and hold it. Here's my Zoanthrope. No, it's Waylander's Zoanthrope. Where is mine? It's coming now. Big engagement here. Can we take down another Baneblade? Rear arm hits from my Raven Alpha and some melee from the Hive Tyrant and double Swarmlords and that Venom Cannon effects of course. And this Baneblade goes down again to the Tyranids. Boom. 11339. I think that leveled my Raven Alpha to 7. It did. Level 3 Lictor Alpha, level 5 Hive Tyrant. And a storming finish from the Tyranids. 11339. Trying to cap desperately. I think that's the Lord General. Yes, he's now in retreat. Level 7 Lord General. Inquisitor level 6, fully kitted out. Servo Skull, Purgatus and Inferno Pistol. Commissar Lord level 5. Has some Plasma Gun Guardsmen. Level 3. Spotters also level 3. Wow. And they have the heavy mortar cannon as well, up to 110 damage. And they get away there. Imperial Guard very sneaky, took our natural and took the east side. They have a 2-to-1, 89-39. Stormtroopers being very brave and hanging around to cap this wreck point. Let them take their natural back, we'll take east and our natural is my thinking here. Boom. Big hit from a Barbed Strangler and now they're in retreat and we can cap and surely take this. Waylander's still putting pressure on the natural though. Sneakus has another Baneblade. This is 4 Baneblades. 3 of them have gone down. 68-39. 5 Carnifexes on the field. 2 Swarmlords. 4 Baneblades. 3 of which have gone down. An epic map. Vargas Desert Gate also always gives you awesome games. This Baneblade reversing into this VP. I'm not sure what it's up to. Turn around. There we go. Manticore on the field for Wildbold. Sam's has gone down. Just camping our natural here. Don't want to overextend and lose it. This is Emperor's Wrath, which is so nasty. Boom! Look at the damage to these warriors, which are level 4. Still lost almost half of their hit points. And a rocket run on my stuff as well to make sure. But they still survive it. Look at the amount of guardsmen that died there. Here comes a Baneblade, 63-14, a 2-to-1 cap by the Tyranids. Very, very close game. Awesome, awesome action. Tons of death. And we're taking the east side, are we? Stormtroopers trying to decap it, rather. Baneblade. One final push, but there is the VP counter. And there is the victory. Imperial Guard, thinking that churning out Baneblades would win it, should have got some more Manticores. I think the Manticores did really well when they were on the field. 4 Baneblades, about 6 or 7 Carnifexes, I think, double Swarmlords. Awesome game. And it's now 1-1 Tyranids versus Imperial Guard faction war. Thanks to all the players who gave up their time to take part and let me get these games for you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. Thanks for watching it.